guys, and welcome back to the channel. I am Zemore, the dad in DPS, and as you may have guessed, judging by my location, we are in for another episode of The Good, the Bad, and the Script, a series where I basically judge weapons that I have either randomly found, or in most cases got from the purveyor on a previous video. Now, before we get into it, don't forget to leave a like, a comment, and subscribe if you enjoy my videos and want to see more for them in the future, and especially hit that bell icon to get notified that I have uploaded a video. Well, let's get on with it. It's time to experience the Full Metal Jackass. So, this gun is a 10mm pistol. It has quadruple ammo capacity, explosive, and the VATS critical meter fills 15% faster. Now, when it comes to 10mm pistols in general, they aren't exactly the most damaging of weapons, so I have opted to make it silenced, have a bunch of different things there to optimize it for VATS for my typical pistol build that has some slight variations to it, because this is an automatic pistol. It isn't going to work with the usual gunslinger tactics, but we will give it a go and see how well it does. A lot of people have been requesting this gun specifically in that video that I posted, so I am quite happy to give you guys what you want in regards to it. So let's see what it does. So, the gun. In terms of most 10mm pistols, they don't have the most incredible amount of damage, let's be honest. However, with the right build and the right set of environments, this thing does incredibly well. Now, as you can see on the screen, I am just mowing down these ghouls at the Radiation Rumble. And they aren't exactly the weakest of enemies in comparison to others, but they're not exactly the strongest either. They are just above average kind of powered ghouls. But in stealth and using gunslinger and a bunch of other perks, it just turns into quite a decent and satisfying gun to use. And it's something you'll hear me say quite a lot, is how satisfied I am when using a gun. Because that is a very big thing for me. If I don't feel like the gun is fun, I won't use it. I mean, there's plenty of guns out there that are absolutely fantastic, like, for example, the Fixer. But is it fun in comparison to other guns? I don't find it as fun because it's too easy to use and it's far more powerful than it needs to be. Railway rifles are fun even though they're powerful because they're comical. They make cool sound effects, that kind of thing. This gun is fun because it just pumps out the ammo. It's a handgun, and handguns just look cool at the same time. And overall, it's one of those weapons that isn't exactly overpowered. It just feels responsive. It's a case of you reload quickly, so if any enemies catch you unawares, you're not going to immediately just get completely killed by them. It doesn't have the disadvantage of the Crusader pistol, where I end up using exploding burning damage on myself, so there is a little bit of that as well. And its ammo is incredibly efficient. The downside of the gun, however, is because of the sheer amount of ammo it does have to put out to get kills, it doesn't last very long. So by the time Radiation Rumble's finished, I expect this gun to be broken. Now, that won't be true forever, because this does currently have the problem of it's using explosive damage, so it is more fragile. And that is technically a bug at the moment, because as you'll all know, they fixed the explosive damage thing, and then in the next patch they accidentally broke it again. So this gun isn't going to be as fragile as it currently is now forever. So overall, I'm very satisfied with it. It's a gun that's just fun to use, easy to use, cheap to use, and incredibly effective against ghouls, and I fight a lot of ghouls. But the question is, how is it going to do against our bigger, badder enemies? But before that, we'll do a quick little look into the build. Now, on looking at the footage that I had of the previous little radiation rumble, it's actually doing quite a lot of damage. So I'm quite impressed with the gun's damage already. Now, this is just my typical kind of pistol build. I'm sure you guys have seen it in multiple other videos. The main addition here is Tank Killer for the armor pen and the stagger chance, and then instead of Gunslinger we have Gorilla. Now that's pretty much just the case with all these ones. I've added Gorilla on, and I could technically move out Gunfu for rank 1 of Gunfu and then obviously get more Gorilla perk points. So there is some changes that could be made and whatnot, so not anything too glaringly amazing. Then obviously we've got in this section the usual kind of crit things. Super duper shouldn't be on there, it should be a bloody mess, just for extra damage. The whole point of this build is to be relatively sneaky and to do a lot of damage in a quick amount of time. So yeah, let's move on to testing it on something a bit bigger. Now we're back with Big Boy Jeff and his loofah back scratcher, which appears to be a fire hydrant, and we're going to see how much we can do to ruin his day. So let's shoot him in the face. Oh, that was 30 bullets. I'm really impressed with how quickly that absolutely wrecked his world. I was about to swear there instead. But yeah, you guys get the point. This gun is actually very damaging. Very impressed. Let's move on to the next big target. So we're back with the big danky kang that is the Marlark Queen in her big dank swamp. So let's see how this does against her. So, as you're seeing, it's doing a fair chunk of damage as I smash her legs in. The bigger problem being in all these instances is that I don't want her to get too close to me because she will kick the crap out of me. And yeah, that killed her with absolutely no problems whatsoever. I'm beginning to think I underestimated this gun just a touch. So the real question comes in as, how does this weapon do in daily ops? Now today we have Decryption, and it is cultists. As you can imagine, they don't really last very long against this gun. It's got a lot of damage, it's got a high fire rate, and it completely minces things. Then you've got the factor that the ammo is relatively cheap to use, and yeah, I'm quite happy with it. Very, very, very happy with this gun in general. It's just gonna completely mince everything that you come up against with pretty much great ease. I don't even need to be stealthed in order for it to be doing a significant amount of damage. It just innately does against, goddammit, against humanoids. So there's really nothing stopping this gun from doing really well in daily ops. On top of that, you're going to get your ammo back for the most part. I can kill enemies incredibly quickly with the build that I'm using, and overall it's just, as I said earlier, very fun to use. So yeah, I would heavily recommend this weapon for daily ops in general. So the real question now is, how does it do against the big bad? Well, it hurts him. It hurts him a fair amount, even when he's healing his health. As you can see, I am just tearing him a new anus. Yeah, it kills the big guy quick as well. So that was today's video, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, don't forget to leave a like, a comment, and subscribe. And I think most of you that haven't been using the 10mm pistols will be pleasantly surprised at how much damage and how useful they pretty much are in general. So yeah, I think I'll probably be using this more often than I was before for definite. But that is pretty much it for today, so we'll catch you all next time in the Wasteland.